Arthur's room was an exercise in nostalgia. Nostalgia partly for an old friend, partly for a way of life, and partly for a way of painting. But most importantly, it's a utopia set in the past. The old friend is Arthur Davies, an old-school Norfolk watercolourist who was then in his 90s. His room is very old-fashioned, panelled, bookish, with a cosy fire, comfy chairs, and a ready cup of tea. It's almost like a film set, a very traditional idea of an upper-middle-class masculine room in an Oxbridge meets Charleston farmhouse sort of way. Arthur himself is not shown, even though it's supposedly his room. Life in Norfolk was slower than it had been in London. The Cohens had moved to the village of Whiten in 1978, a long way both culturally and geographically from the southeast and the art scenes of London and certainly Chicago. The formal painterly style, too, owes much more to post-impressionism than to the 1980s, to Bloomsbury, rather than to the young British artists. This may or may not be a realistic representation of Arthur Davies's actual room. It certainly has much stylistically in common with the other Cohen interiors of the same period. Warm, comfortable, old-fashioned, all with fires, but none with people. It's as though viewers could invite themselves into the painting and feel at home in the room. The fact that so many of Cohen's interiors from, say, 1977 to 1991 are so similar in form, in content and emotion suggests that they reveal more about Cohen than the individuals whose rooms they really were. That's why I prefer to think of them more as a series of Alfred's rooms. Nostalgia is a longing for a past which may or may not have actually existed. So, paintings such as Arthur's room, whether or not technically accurate, can still be more real than reality itself, which as anybody who's read Marquez will understand. Proust, too, would have understood. In Arthur's room, we can see the tea, but we can almost smell the Madeleines.